It's funny how people try to throw stuff in your face and then don't even realize that they got it from you. That's really funny. I mean, to me, I just laugh. I'm like, and they try to tell me something like, yeah, and then such and such did such and such. I'm like, you know how you know that? Because you heard it from me. Oh, man. Oh, brings me to this point here. Look, if somebody is saying something that I've said and it's cool, if they believe it and run with it too, I don't get mad. I'm not mad at them for saying it. I understand y'all bring it to my attention, like, yo, he's stealing your thing, Sino. He's saying it like you saying it. I understand when people copy and do stuff, but that ain't copying. It's just look, they might agree with it too. That just might be the case. They might agree with it just like everybody else. So I'm gonna just say it like this. Oh, who is this? Who is this texting me? What the hell? Oh, I did I? Oh, they saw my Patreon. Oh, that's what's up. Well, thank you. Oh, that's sincerely. Say rest in peace, Jewel. Yeah, we had the things that Jewel took to the grave. It was a lot more. I might have to do part two. A lot of things y'all ain't know about. She just took that to the grave. But let's get to why we're here. Because it need to be said. Now, I'm here because I'm here to talk about an injustice that went on, you know? There's an injustice that went on. And we need to talk about it. Chris Broussard. Chris Broussard is a Christian man. A man of faith. Great faith. But he don't seem to have a faith in the truth. He seems to follow an agenda because the agenda works a lot better than being truthful. Yes, it is, Chris. Yes, it is. When it comes to LeBron James, this man cannot give you an honest response on anything. Not once have I seen this man be honest when it comes to LeBron James. He can't do it. Why? Because his job dictates him not to be. He has to be the guy that's for him because everyone else is pretty much against him and telling it like it is. Now, here's the case. Case in point. Chris Broussard. He's a man's man, right? Tells it like it is, makes good facts and have points to back it up. That was the guy said. Oh, he backs that up. I'm like, he does? He backs it up? Yeah. All you gotta do is trust him. Oh, he backs everything up. I said, that's pretty interesting. Okay, I'm glad you told me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, with that being said, what you know what Chris Broussard said? And his hypocrisy that I'm going to respond to? Chris Broussard, you said LeBron James elevates everybody's game. You've heard that from Stephen A. Smith. You've heard that from, what's that other retard, Nick Wrong? And now Chris Broussard, all these LeBron fans echo the same sentiments, right? What is those sentiments? LeBron James elevates all the players. We know this is a lie, but still, they say that. let's use what they actually say. They said that statement clear as day. They elevate their other people's game. Then what happens after that? After they elevate everybody's game, what happens after that? They'll come back in the same argument defending LeBron James and says LeBron carried a bunch of mediocre players to the NBA Finals. Look at those mediocre teams he was carrying to the NBA Finals. I'm talking about back in his first stint in Cleveland. Look what he was carrying. All those mediocre players, he was going to the conference finals. How could he beat them with those mediocre players? But you just said he enhances all of the players. Which one is it? When he lose, he got mediocre players. But if they win, oh, it's because LeBron enhanced them. Well, why the hell did he enhance the ones he had when he was losing? And by the way, he seemed to like losing a lot. Because he damn sure did a lot of that. Now, here's another thing that idiot Chris Broussard has said. He said, oh, I love this too. All y'all people who say LeBron James has done his part. Y'all love to say that about to defend everybody else. But LeBron don't get a pass when we say, well, LeBron did his part. Y'all don't give him that pass. That's not fair. If Kobe lose, Kobe did his part. Everybody else didn't do their part. Well, LeBron did his part. First of all, Kobe Bean Bryant has been in 7 NBA Finals. 7. And he's won 5. So there's only 2 times Kobe Bryant lost in the NBA Finals. That was to the Boston Celtics when he first heard the term super team. And he lost to the Detroit Pistons. Rather than give the Pistons any credit at all, they totally dismissed them. And dismissed the team that went to 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals, 2 back-to-back NBA Finals. They was completely dismissed as a talentless team that had no business beating the Lakers. And it was all Kobe Bryant's fault. When Shaquille O'Neal was on the team, they all had fighting with each other. Karl Malone got hurt. Series was over. Now, shall I continue? Here's the thing. To say Kobe Bryant did his job, they did not do their job. Kobe would not say he did his job because they didn't win it. Job ain't done. Okay? Job ain't done. We didn't win. Job ain't done, buddy. When he lost to the Celtics, he had to beat the Celtics the next time. Job ain't done. We got to go back and finish. We got to beat them Celtics. Can't be a Laker if you don't beat the Celtics. Can't be considered a great Laker if you don't beat the Celtics. LeBron, that's the news flash for you. You got to beat the Celtics, or it don't count. Pandemics don't count, buddy. They don't give parades for pandemics. Bubble championships. Sorry, don't count. So you still 3-9, buddy. You're getting old, Bron. You're getting old. You're 39, 38, whatever. You're old, Bron. Joints flaring up. You're drinking every night. Ankles ain't what they used to be no more. Can't take off, can't jump, can't move, nothing. You're getting old, Bron. You're getting old. So now that you're getting old and gotta go ahead and take this kind of approach, this is where you're gonna be. This is the level you're gonna bottom out at. And Chris Broussard and all these other people are trying to hold on to a 38-year-old player who is done. He's out here playing in summer league and can barely score in summer league. Don't watch ESPN in the highlights, because they really the lowlights. Oh, I've seen it, people. I have seen the glory. And here's the problem that I have with the rest of this problem is with people like Chris Broussard. They are delusional to every other player in the league. The same thing they cry about LeBron don't get. LeBron don't get. What about Kevin Durant? You turn around and criticize Kevin Durant under the same stature that you praise LeBron James for. As if people are that stupid to not recognize it. That's the problem. That's what burns me up the most. I'm like, are they just criticizing? Didn't he just say 10 seconds ago about LeBron James? The same thing, he didn't like this. Now he's sitting here praising him? Oh, this is retarded. Now we getting ignorant in here. You see what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Hit the like button up for that. They'll sit there and say, oh, Kevin Durant. You ain't nobody saying Kevin Durant did his part. Y'all say, oh, Kevin Durant didn't. He didn't get it done. He choked. Kevin Durant, I don't think has ever choked a game in his life until this year where he truly blew the game. But nobody looks at it from a basketball perspective. They never had a full team all season. But you gave LeBron the same out for the Lakers. Well, the Lakers had a bunch of lineup changes. I mean, you can't just fire Frank Vogel because of the lineup. That's why they kept Frank. Because he AD's out and everybody was out, in and out of the lineup. They never really had the big three. So you never really got to see it flourish. So those guys were still getting to learn each other. Kyrie Irving was basically the whole season couldn't play. Then he was like he could only play home games. Then you got guys coming in and out of the lineups due to injuries and everything else. So It was always some type of restriction and all this other BS. But it's amazing to me how C19 seemed to evade the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron could test positive and say, hey, screw that. That's bull. Test me again. And they better pass. Now I ain't missing no games. Can't miss no 2 weeks. The NBA could not afford to lose 2 weeks. So they went and retest LeBron again and again and again until he passed and said, oh, that was a fake test. That test was faulty. Don't worry, LeBron will be playing tonight. Everybody else, they had mandatory, got to be out a week, at least 5 days, mandatory. You test positive, got to be mandatory. Everybody else is mandatory except for LeBron. This is BS, man. We know what this is. This is the worst abuse of power we have ever seen in professional sports. But everybody is just going along with it. It's so retarded. So retarded. This is why people like Chris Broussard and everybody else, these guys are hazardous to your growth as a professional. You know, if you go around listening to these people, it start to warp your brain. And I don't want my brains warped. So this is the world I'm going to stay in. Feel me? Oh, I'm always ahead of the curve on that. I just wanted to make sure everybody understand, you know, when I be saying these things, and it's not like me going off and ranting. I'm just giving y'all the real because this is where it is. I'm just sick of the BS because they BS you so much and they get you so caught into this garbage that they try to portray and sell you. You be like, man, I ain't going for that bull. You know, you be right. You would be right. You know, everybody else, they don't quite grasp it. They don't quite get it, but you'll be right. You'll be the one that's right in the end. No, that's how people be at times, man. You know, it's part of the game. You know, people got decisions they got to make. It's a lot of decisions people got to make. When they get themselves indulged in something that's supposed to be unique and other people don't know how to grasp or be around that power, they start to compromise themselves. They started to, you know, make themselves more important than what they really is. They start to, I don't know how you want to put themselves in a position where, you know, they are the superstars. They want to try to portray themselves as being the best in the world at whatever it is that they do. And that's cool because I get it. That's your goal, that's your desire, that's your plan. But at the same time, you know, you're trying to grow yourself. It's like you're not being honest to the consumer or the person that's listening to you. You're spreading the propaganda BS that it's held everybody back in sports and everything else. We promote the fake so much. All the real is in here and all the talent, all the good years are going by unnoticed because you're focused on fake. And I'm just like, man, why are we watching phony stuff? Just promote the real stuff. That's gonna sell the game. But they're afraid to do that because they built around fear. There's something that's working. You don't disturb it. You keep milking it until it's gone. It's not how you grow. The NBA knew we had to get past Jordan. We got to grow past Michael Jordan. If we can't sit here and keep making Michael Jordan keep coming back and playing, and that's gonna diminish the game. So we let him go play his last years out somewhere else, and we don't give him the respect that we would give him Michael Jordan. He don't get those calls no more. He's gonna get treated like a regular player. So he retired on his terms. But they was closing the door on a comeback. These people here were trying to get Kobe Bryant to come back, knowing Kobe Bryant was in no position to come back. Physically, he couldn't do that again. They was like, well, he could just play a reserve role. Even in a reserve role, that ain't Kwame. I mean, not Kwame, but Kobe. Kobe can't do that. He's Kobe Bryant. That wouldn't be acceptable to him. Now, of course, none of these guys talk about the ability. They always talk about points. They always talk about assists. They always talk about statistics that don't mean anything. Because here's the thing. You are crowning Michael Jordan as number 2 and LeBron as number 1. This is how most of these people are selling it. So if Michael Jordan is number 2, he's not number 2 in damn near any category there is. Okay? There's somebody higher than Michael Jordan. Karl Malone got more points than him. Michael Jordan has got some records, I'm saying that. But if people view Michael Jordan as number 1, it's not because he led number 1 in scoring, number 1 in rebounding, number 1 in assists, number 1 all-time steals. He's not. Not number 1 all-time field goal percentage. He's not. But he's looked at as the best player. A lot of these people say Michael Jordan. Why? Because of the way he played the game, the impact on the game, what he did on the court, not how many points he scored, not how many assists he got or how many rebounds he got. It was how he played the game. If you watch LeBron James and you see how he plays the game, there's no damn way that guy could be the best player to ever do it. When I'm watching 16 guys on the screen better than him every night. So how are you going to lie to me with what I already know? If you watch a Marvel movie and you went to the show and you just saw Avengers Endgame and somebody said, man, Superman came in there and joined in the fight, you ain't gonna believe that. Why? Because you saw it. You be like, no, Superman ain't in there, dog. You got it all mixed up. Man, I swear, Superman came in there and he started shooting out beams. Dude, you talking about something else because that wasn't in the movie. I saw it. I know. So you know already. So they can't lie to you. So they can't lie to me because I already know what I've seen. I looked at LeBron. I've watched the games. I see LeBron James and I see all these other players and I said, ain't no way in hell that guy is better than him. And they know it too. They know. They know. So my thing is this, man. How many times people gonna keep lying to each other? Cause I want to talk to these Chris Broussards. I'm gonna actually get them on the phone and start questioning these people. I'm gonna have to start putting the spotlight on these fools. And if I gotta go on their platform to do it, I'm gonna go in there and shut this down. This is getting out of hand. It's starting to really piss me off now. Cause I'm like getting tired of it. It's like, damn, y'all still doing it? It's like people ain't getting fooled no more. Like they know the goods when they see the goods. I'm like, how is these people so stupid? I understand some people on the internet, they don't even care about anything. They just trolling. They just jump in like double dutch and just start making comments just because they bored. They ain't got nothing going on in life, so what's it to them? Feel me? But anyway, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. I've held y'all attention long enough on this topic. I just had to put him in his place. So love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out. Deuces. Patreon is Carceno for Life. The Cash App is Carceno for Life when you go in there with me and the green shirt on. And it says $Carceno. That's me. $Carceno. All right, deuces.